Maybe we should save that old building. What do you think? Yeah? Okay.
Yes, it would go with the, the authentic times.
Was Port Aransas a good place to visit? Was it a fun spot?
Oh, wonderful.
People were nice.
Oh, yes. Everybody knew everybody. It was still small. Like I said, 6-year-olds, we could go anywhere we wanted to and be safe.
Fun. Did you go down to the docks ever?
What would be the docks?
You know, down on the harbor where all the boats were tied up.
I guess that's what I'm talking about, where the boathouse was. If you go straight on, yes, we were always there.
It would have been Mr. Loomis's fish house.
Okay.
We'll get you a picture of it. Okay. But you 3 6-year-olds or 5-year-olds would go down there to the harbor and feel okay, or did you go with them?
Oh, well, we were with them. But I remember I always asked, can we go in that one building? Because I love to look through the floor to see the water. It was fascinating that a building was in the water.
Yeah.
And you could see it.
It still is. That movie theater's famous.
Really?
Yeah. There were people who stayed at the Tarpon Inn that would watch the movie from behind for free. They'd see it backwards on the
I
screen.
didn't realize that.
They had to stay in those particular rooms. Do you remember who owned the theater or any of the people who worked there?
Not really. Like I said, we were little.
They sell popcorn?
I guess they did.
Candy?
I don't know. We grew up not getting all those type things.
Mm-hmm.
We had a wonderful childhood. We didn't know different.
Yeah.
Because we always had fun. We were always family. We were always doing things. We always had fun.
When did you stop coming to Port A to visit your uncle and aunt?
Well, we stopped doing the Buckhorn Cottages, I think when I was about probably between 7 and 8, and we started camping at Lake Mathis, Corpus Christi. And we camped the whole month of August. See, we used to stay here the whole month of August, but then we started camping there. But I still came back to see Aunt Mary.
You did?
Yes, that's what I said. In 64 and 65 during the summer, my best friend and I had a car. We would come over and stay with her a week, the weekend, maybe a couple extra days. And we stayed up in this small bedroom.
You're 16, 17 by that point?
Probably 17, 18.
Okay, cool. In the 60s. So when's the last time you saw the house?
From the inside would probably be then.
Okay. In the 60s. When did your uncle die?
That I would not remember. Because like I said, I only have 2 memories of coming in. And I feel like I was maybe 3 years old because I had to look way up at the hospital bed. But it seemed like it was
Way up in the air.
humongous.
Yeah. Thank you. You got a lot of natural stars in your family.
Yeah, she said, these are my cousins, Sam and B. Allen. But I never met Sam and B. Allen. Never met them.
I remember the names, but it was always the whole thing.
What I'm interested in is that they apparently inherited the house,
That's what she was.
I don't know.
but bought the store, or do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
But see, because nobody ran the store after Sam and B. Allen, did they?
Yes, but only briefly.
And then it was made into something else.
Souvenir shop.
Yeah, but see, I don't know who sold it out. Did anybody have it after Sam and B. Allen?
No, they were the last owners until the Clarks. The Clarks own it now.
But the Clarks didn't run it as a grocery store.
No, they did not.
See, so Sam and B closed that out.
Yes, they did.
But see, we were just flat left out of that.
Well,
So I think that's where it happened. Mary gave it to Sam and B, or somehow or another got some money, but
they ended up with it in any event. Did they live in the house?
I think they lived in the house. Yes.
I think I remember being told that. But see, we were going to Mathis, so we came over here occasionally, but we we lost contact, basically.
Yeah, there was 4 years in here when my husband was in the service.
No, I mean, later.
Yeah, but I mean, where we lost contact. Then I can't remember, when did we start coming back?
That's what I'm saying, I was little. I can remember, I have memories from about 3 years old to about 7.
That's when you ran the cottages.
Yes, that's when we were over here, 3 months.
And you've told me Ralph and Karen spent time, they were babies and you ran the cottages and they were even babies.
I don't remember Ralph being a baby here. I remember Karen because.
Karen was here for her first birthday.
Yeah,
But
because.
I have a picture that Alfred Hunt took of him when he was a year old and he weighed 32 pounds and wore a Ford toddler.
Taking it here though?
That's how big he was.
Baby.
But I can remember
We
Karen
came over here
when I was.
and for the summertime. See, at first we came and stayed longer because you worked in school. But as soon as you started school, we had to come over here for 4 months at a time, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But my husband went back and forth. At that time, the fire station, you worked 5 days and nights before you ever got a day off. And then he'd come over here. But that's,
So all we know about the Allens is that they did have both the house and the store, and that they were cousins.
they were cousins of Mary. But I don't know whether it was Sam or B. She just always said, my cousin Sam and B. Allen.
One or the other.
And Aunt Mary lived here without Uncle Bob when I was really young, and then she went to a nursing home in Corpus because I visited with my mom. I remember I was pretty young going into the nursing home, and Aunt Mary was blind and very old, and
One eye.
I don't even remember her being real responsive. And her funeral was in the Presbyterian church because it's the only time I saw my dad cry. And I think I was 11. I was elementary school, and Dad came out of the church from the funeral, and he was sobbing, and I can still see it because the only time my whole life I ever saw my dad cry, and he couldn't even talk about it. And that was because he loved, Mary was like a mother to him, and he absolutely, I think he clashed with his brother at times because he was strict, but he loved Aunt Mary, and he cried. And I don't know, maybe I was
See,
10,
I
11,
think that's why we
12.
don't have a lot of history back then, because my husband lived with them, and Bob and them were very, very strict. Then he went out on a shrimp boat and got gangrene in his leg, and that's where, well, they called it Old Lady Martin, Eddie's parents. They were gonna take my husband's leg off, and he wouldn't come. Eddie brought him back, and Miss Martin cured him with bombing Guy. And I think after that, Tom and Bob just didn't get along, and that's kind of where we lost. We was always real close to Aunt Mary, because my husband always claimed her more as. So it's sort of hard, and everything goes back and forth, because there were times, was Mary and them still living here when we went to the beach? Yeah. No, she was dead, wasn't she?
No, because I couldn't come in the house. I came in the house and sat on the kitchen floor and got ice water, but I was told I was too sandy. And Aunt Mary didn't see well and didn't have kids, and we were told not to touch anything. But I was 4 and 5 and at the house, and Aunt Mary, I don't have memory of Uncle Bob at all. I think he must have been gone because I'm 11 years younger than you. But Aunt Mary lived here until I was at least 6, 5 or 6.
But see, when Bob was sick, Gladys came and took over. And so
I thought I remembered walking to the store even when I was 4, and I thought, I don't know who ran the store, but we walked to the store barefooted because when we came back it was so hot we'd stand on the green to cool our feet off and then carry on, you know.
Yeah,
but I went with you and it
but
was
we
so
didn't run the
hot.
buckhorn cottages
No.
at that time.
No, we were just here, you know, singing or what.
Did you ever live in the tent on the beach with us?
Yeah, but that was when you sold real estate already, and I was probably 11 or 12. We stayed, Daddy wanted to stay the month in the tent, and we went back and forth, and I went home for a shower once in a while. I think I was 11. But I think Aunt Mary was, she wasn't in the house then. She was already either gone or in the nursing home. I remember coming to her house until I was 5, maybe 6 at the most. And that's why we switched and started camping, I think, at Lake Mathis.
And another reason, see, when I used to come over to see Marion, I wouldn't take care of her feet, do her toenails and everything, because she was, but they still had the garage that was built up. She'd park my car in there, we'd go in the house, she wouldn't call anybody or tell anybody. I spent the whole day with her. She didn't share me with anybody. That was weird. But she always came to our house Christmas and got the poinsettias for the church, because I had them this big. And I can remember that, but if we would have just known where we would have put the years down.
Now, don't worry about it. Let's kill it. Thanks.